Hello everybody, this is Jen from Scrapping Posh and I am here today with a very quick project for you. Here I have two pieces of 4.5 by 6.5 chipboard and I had some of this green vinyl in my stash. Of course you can use paper. I'm just cutting this vinyl about an 1/2 inch big on all sides, and then I'm going to use the adhesive to adhere it to the chipboard. And if you just put the chipboard right in the middle and then you cut the sides at a 45-degree angle. And I do reinforce the chipboard with some score tape because the adhesive on the vinyl is good, but it's not great to the chipboard because the chipboard has fibers that, kind of come off and such. So just use some score tape to reinforce that. Now, the idea behind this album is for a recipe album to fit into the Bo Bunny Sweet Moments house that I made last week. And this is an ASC design team project, and the link will be below in the description to this Sweet Moments collection if they still have that one. If not, they have lots of cute Bo Bunny collections. And if you refer back to the haul that I had for my first design team package, this package included 12 designs, 24 pieces of paper, 12 by 12 cardstock for the Sweet Moments collection, and a sticker sheet. And then she also has available ephemera or it's not ephemera, I think it's called notes. And anyways, there's chipboard stickers, and then there's just ephemera package that I also got besides the 12 by 12 paper. So if you just get the paper collection, it comes with the 12 by 12, 24 pieces of cardstock and the stickers. But look for the other pieces that go along with the collection too, because they really add to it. So now what I did was I just found matching paper for the backs of each one of these pieces of chipboard, and I'm just covering the backs, and then I am going to cover the front also. Use a little bit of extra adhesive on this slippery vinyl. And I just found papers that I enjoyed. The house that I made was mostly green, so I wanted the album to kind of be pink. And I am going to decorate it with the chipboard. But before I put anything else on here, I am going to use some eyelets, and I think those are Paper Studio eyelets, and they look like little flowers. And I picked the ones that are in a rose gold. Now, I will say, if you are doing this project, I put these eyelets about an inch back from the side, and that's too far. It makes it very hard to open the book because the two pieces of chipboard hit each other. So I would put them like maybe a 1/2 inch. And I have those little green Paper Studio clips up there that I think I'm going to use, but they're too small because I put the holes so far back. So I just measure out the holes on the first one, and then I use that as a template for everything else. And as you can see, it's like the full length of my, whatever that thing is, the Memories Keeper paper eyelet setter thing, the big chopper or whatever. So anyways, yeah, I just set the eyelets in there, and this is where I find out those rings don't fit, so I just go get a bigger size ring. I think I end up with a 2-inch ring, but if you hadn't, if you don't put those holes so far And then you could have used the smaller, cuter rings. So I just made sure that they did fit through the eyelets, and they do. So now I am setting the eyelets, and I do that for the front and the back. I also distress all the edges with Vintage Photo. And Vintage Photo has a kind of red in it, like a rusty or so, that lent itself a little more to the pinks in it. And I'm just going to use this chocolate sign, again, distress it from the chipboard collection. And I'm going to end up using this cake also. And then I used a green doily on the house, and I'm going to take forever looking for the green doily. So while I'm doing that, I just want you to guys go look at Artistic Studio Creations design or website, because they have a lot of different things on it. Again, she has some hard to find graphic 45 stuff at reasonable prices. It's not all cranked up. And then she has current graphic 45, also the Bo Bunny collections, and some 45 in market, which I've never seen before. So kind of some very nice but not off the shelf brands. So if you kind of like that thing, go ahead and go on over. So I found okay, so that's basically the front cover. And now I use those bigger rings, and they do fit, and it allows the pages to flip. But that chipboard still hits the back piece of chipboard. So my idea here is that we can use the house that I made before. It stores the album, and while you're using it, you can use that house to rest your recipes on, so you can see them. Now I just took 4 1/4 by 6 1/4 green and pink cardstock, and I'm going to punch corresponding holes in those. And I just centered it towards the bottom of the, whoops, I used 2 doilies. I centered it towards the bottom of the front and back, so it's easier to flip. So I just use the front and back as a guide to punch the holes. And then I decorated before you punch the holes, I have some ATG problems here. Before you punch the holes, you want to add any decorative paper that you have. And I use the 4x6 cut aparts. And then I think I used 2 of those. And then I also use some scrap paper that I had and some of the stickers. And then I have some very old cooking magazines. They're probably from the 80s or 90s. And I think it was Home Cooking or something like that. And they have recipe cards, and they're not standard size recipe cards, but they're recipe cards that you'll find in a lot of like magazines. And I cut those out, and I show you an example of some of the finished pages. Also, what you can do is you can put a picture on the page of the food, of the actual food, on the page above, to kind of give you a visual of what it's supposed to look like when it's done, which is always helpful. So I love pulling things out of the oven saying, is it supposed to look like this? So you can do that. And then this is a perfect size for 4x6 note cards if you want to write your recipes down on note cards. Also standard size recipe cards that you'll find in recipe boxes will fit on these. And you'll see in the pictures at the end, and then maybe you've seen it in that snippet before, you will have room for 3 or 4 of these different, different books. So you could do one for recipe, or one for desserts, one for sides, main courses, etc., and just pull the one out that you want, and you'll have everything right there that you need. So I just thought that this was a good idea and a good complement to the recipe box stand. I thought about making a mini instead of this, but the mini, any mini that I could get to fit in there wouldn't have stood by itself, and I don't think that it would have lent itself good to this project. So here I'm just snapping up, and you can see kind of how it's a struggle to open it, and it's just because I put those holes so far down. So just try a 1/2 inch and see if that works better. So here's those recipe cards that I was talking about, and I'm just going to embellish it with a sticker from the sticker sheet. And these are all dessert recipes, so I figured that this could be the dessert recipe book. And this is just a little banner from the sticker collection. And then this is, I just think this thing's so cute, just a little bag of candy or something. So yeah, that's my design team project, and I wanted to thank everybody for watching. I do appreciate all your comments, and again, stay tuned. If you want to see more from Artistic Studio Creations, please subscribe. I've been trying to post more often, so I hope you guys enjoy it, and leave me a comment, give me a thumbs up. I appreciate each and every one of you, and have a great day.